Welcome, welcome, welcome. It's Max and me, Wendy V. Here he is. He's always right here. Your happiness coach and healthy aging mentor. Hey, listen, I remembered something. I used to teach this all the time, and it came about because there's a group that I'm with called Mother-Daughter Bonding Network posed a question this morning, and it was, what talent or trait does your mother have that you would like your daughter to inherit? And I thought, what a great question. And so I started to think, what could I write? And I couldn't. And here's the thing. We don't just write. Our thoughts are jumbled. And so when we try to write, we want to write a complete paragraph from start to finish. And this process, I taught it to hundreds, thousands of women, mostly, 8 to 88. This little process, it's so easy, but it helps get those jumbled thoughts down, and then we can beautifully put them in a paragraph. You want to try it? All right. So first thing you do, I've done this a lot with pictures too. They open up another part of your brain, another part of your memory. But just for now, let's think of that question. What talent or trait does your mother have that you would like your daughter to inherit? What comes to mind? So for me, I wrote down a bunch because it wasn't just one thing. Barefoot came to mind. Gardening, flowers, the Candy and Stephen trees, walks in nature, her connection to nature and how she loved to bring us into it, earth and soil. But still, it's too much. How do I write this? So I want you to write this down. It's just a few, 3, 4 easy steps. All right, you ready? Got paper and pencil? The first thing you do is you write down the deets, the details. Who, what, where, when. That kind of stuff. Just write it down. Don't worry about any sentences right now. And you don't have to worry. There's no teachers here. Don't grade yourself, and I'm not going to grade you. So just write words. Just list them out like I just did. When that came to mind, I listed some words. The next thing I want you to do is I want you to add some senses. I want you to add, what do you see? What do you hear? What do you touch? What do you smell? As I began to think about my mother's yard, how we used to sit outside or look through her window, and she had this beautiful garden in the middle, a flower garden in the middle, and she had these 2 trees that she planted in memory of her 2 grandchildren that died young. And so step 3, am I going too fast? Are you just listening or are you doing it? All right. So step 1, the details. Who, what, where, when. Step 2, the senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you touch? I think of sunshine. I think of happiness. I think of joy. I think of colors. She had flowers growing every season. I just admired her skill with that. Purples and yellows and blues and, just all season long different flowers would bloom so that she always had color in her garden. But you write down whatever comes to your mind with your memory or the trait or talent that you're thinking of your mom. Now I want you to add number 3 is feelings. And I started to talk about them already. Joy, sadness, fear, cold, heat. For me, there were the green grass and the smell of fresh mown grass and dirty fingernails and her bare feet. She was always in bare feet. I'll read you my sentences in a couple of minutes. So you write down as many of those as you can come up. Hot, cold, sweaty, prickly, any kind of words like that you can think of. Remember, no sentences, just words. Just bring up all those feelings, all those senses, all those details, and write them out. Just 1, 2 word, write them out. Now we're getting ready to write sentences, but we're not done, so don't worry about it. Just look through those words and choose a word or two from each of those 3 categories and put it in a sentence. Where's my book? Oh, here it is. My mom was always barefoot. She loved the feel of grass beneath her feet or the glorious coolness of dirt between her toes. She would often find herself at her destination with no shoes and have to turn around and go back home. She finally took to leaving a pair or 2 in her car just in case. And I love that she encouraged us to run barefoot as children. Just 3 sentences. Don't have to be in any order. Just write them out. Now, here's the magic tip. This is your bonus tip. And I know most of us just write and that's it. Write and send. But our minds fill in blanks because we know the story. And so when you read it out loud, you'll hear what's missing. Even better yet, if you can have somebody read your sentences to you, then they'll ask questions. And that's where, so the last step is to answer those questions, fill in the blanks, rewrite these sentences in a nice order. Just 3 sentences. You go on and on if you want. Once you get started, you'll find you can't stop. But that's it. It's just that easy. I mean, it really is easy peasy. And everyone who's done it has just been astonished at what they come up with. When 99.9% of the time, they would all warn me that they can't write. So will you try it, please? And maybe answer this question. This is a great way of making a connection between your mother and your daughter or granddaughter, grandchildren in my case. So one more time, the details. Number 1, the details. Who, what, where, when. 2, the senses. What do you see? What do you hear? What do you smell? What do you touch? And so on. Number 3, list your feelings. Joy, anger, sadness, fear, cold, hot, rainy, crunchy, just add those textures in. Now take from those 3 categories, I want you to write 3 sentences. Random order, anything, just pick some words from there and just write out a couple of sentences. You're not finished yet, so don't worry about it. Don't correct, don't judge. Now, step number 4, read those sentences out loud. This is a must-do. This is the magic moment. When you read them out loud, you'll hear, and it's different than thinking in your mind. And if there's anything missing, anything you need to add it now and rewrite them. Number 5, rewrite them. That's it. You're done. Will you try it? Will you share it? Oh my gosh, I'd love to see some of your stories. I'd love to know, really more importantly, how did you feel? Was it helpful? Will you let me know that? I'd love to know that. All right, my friends, this is Max and me. He's right here. He's right here. Oh, come on up, Max. Mwah. A little tired. We were outside playing with the kids in the snow. All right, my friends. Have a blessed and beautiful day. This is Wendy B., your happiness coach and healthy aging mentor. Talk to you again soon.